it's me, Canadensis, and for today's video we're going to be doing a review and unboxing of the absolutely ginormous Amaya Raine My Runway doll from Rainbow High. There is a singular Rainbow High doll in this box right now, if you can believe it. But I could not start this video without letting you guys know that today is my baby daughter Lego's 3rd birthday. Happy birthday, baby! On October 4th, 2018, I found Lego in a dumpster, or in the dumpster hole, outside of my job at Long John Silver's in Austin, Texas. So today's her birthday! And her mother bought herself a present on her birthday. But it's okay, Leggy had a special cake and she got lots of presents on her birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Alright, so I'm going to be getting this doll out of the box. I am going to be putting Lego back in her bed, and I will be right back. So Amaya is out of her shipper box. This is the shipper box. These are kind of cool to get as a collector, but probably not going to be keeping it. It's basically just what MGA sends the doll to the stores, or in this case Amazon, in, and she just shipped directly to my house in this. And I thought it was interesting that it says that there were 3,500 of these. So I don't know if that's the production amount for the first wave or if that's the amount they sent to Amazon. Let me know if you know anything about that kind of thing, because I've always been very intrigued by the number on the box when I see it. But mine is number 3130. Just fun fact there. This doll, I believe, retails for $100. That's what I spent. I think that is a good deal, and I will explain to you why. And I also need to rationalize why I needed this absolutely massive doll. I really love giant-sized dolls, but if you have seen my collection, you know that I have two? I think I have two, like, oversized dolls. And other than, like, my 17-inch limited edition Disney dolls, but those are kind of different. But I love, like, bigger dolls. I just find them very interesting, and they're a lot more fun to play with. But often the quality just isn't there. That's why my only collector dolls I have, or my only, like, big-sized dolls, oversized I'm considering to be over 18 inches. I have the Ever After High Maddie one. I have a hybrid active figure from Japan. It's a little bit of a different category. And then now I have this one, and larger dolls generally are worse quality. You'll see like the My Friend Barbie or like my size Disney princesses, and sometimes they look okay. Usually the faces are a bit off. There's been some recently that are absolutely beautiful, but for the most part they tend to just be like lesser quality and just not as cute. So when I heard that Rainbow High was going to be making one, I was so excited, and I still am, and when I saw the pictures, I couldn't believe it. This doll is so special. I really desperately hope they continue making these. My wallet won't be happy about it, but I will. I absolutely love oversized dolls like this, and this one is so gorgeous. So her box is really interesting. She's a special edition, so she's got that special edition tag on her. She's got those ribbons, but they're like glued down this time. It says Series 1 Amaya Raine, so that kind of implies that this is Series 1 of the My Size dolls? I don't know. But she's super pretty. She's got these huge eyes. Mine has one minor defect next to the lips, but other than that, I can't see any defects. I wonder if they have been more careful with these, because replacing one of these would be a lot more expensive than replacing one of the other dolls if there was a quality control issue. And the outfit is so incredible. I have abstained as hard as I could from looking at pictures of other people's dolls of her, so I'm really, really excited to finally get to, like, see her and see all of her accessories and her clothes. Leggy! She came back, by the way. I did put her in her bed, but she came right back. She comes with jewelry. For me, why, thank you, Amaya. But I think you can also use it on her somehow, maybe. I don't know. And then you get a manifest of everything that she comes with, which is actually quite a bit, and then there's a really nice piece of artwork of Amaya on the back. I'm probably going to keep this because it kind of looks like a store display on its own, just because it's so large, and I really like it. And it says Rainbow High, my runway friend. Amaya Raine loves creating her own bold fashion designs. This is one of her original looks. And it says she has 14-inch long hair, which I'm so excited to be playing with that hair. Oh my gosh. I have heard that is the same quality as the smaller dolls, and that's so exciting. To get a doll that's same or higher quality than the mainline dolls, I can't believe this is real. So, without further ado, I'm going to unbox her, so when we return, she will be completely out of her packaging. I wonder if she comes with a stand. Boy, I hope she comes with a stand. Alright, I will be right back. So she is out of her packaging. I have one complaint. I think this is gonna be my only complaint in the entire review. She doesn't come with a stand, and she really, you can balance her, but she will end up falling over pretty soon after, so I understand that you can display her sitting down, but coming with a stand would have made her like 10 out of 10. I haven't really looked over her yet, but I just have to say, oh my god, she's amazing. This doll is spectacular. Look at her beautiful eyes and her makeup, y'all. It's so impressive. I have one small flaw in mine where it looks like a piece of hair might have run through the paint. So there's like a small little piece here, so I'm going to be able to get that off really easily. But other than that, she's perfect, and that's really impressive with how large the area that they had to put the makeup on is. Look how gorgeous she looks. She has a matte skin where a lot of the smaller dolls have a more shimmery style of skin. I think I prefer them with the matte skin, although the shimmery skin was really cute for series 1, I will say. Her hair is unfortunately gelled, kind of, so mostly here, but like in the framing around the face, and then it's gelled all the way down, but the back pieces are free, and the hair is so unbelievably soft and so long and beautiful, and it's all curled, and the colors are definitely different than the smaller Amaya. I will compare them in a minute, like at the end of the review, so if you'd like to see that, stay tuned. Such soft, nice hair. I'm really impressed by it. I feel like a lot of the budget went into the hair because doll hair is quite, nylon, like good quality doll hair is quite expensive, and this is a lot of it. And the rooting pattern is super, like, look at that. It's super tight, or not tight, like packed. It's a really good rooting pattern. You're not going to get a lot of huge bald spots. Obviously, she has like rainbow hair on top of a blue base, so you might see like bald spots if you do certain hairstyles, but overall I think you're going to be able to style the hair really well. I am going to be doing a hairstyling video just for her of like giving her some sort of interesting hairstyle, so stay tuned for that on my channel as well, because I need to wash all the gel out of her hair as well. See, she can stand reasonably well. I just wouldn't display her like this because she could like fall over and hurt herself. She's also fully articulated just like the smaller dolls. I'm gonna remove all of her clothes in a little bit so we can see like how articulated she is, because I believe she actually has Jet Dawson's body, just bigger, which is really interesting. So I'm excited to see if that's true. Her clothes are such high quality. They are so detailed. They are so beautiful. I'm going to actually turn the camera around to show them to you because I don't feel like I can fully get into it from here, but the quality and the detail, it's so impressive. It's like actual like human-sized fashion, the level of detail it has. I'm really impressed by it. And she has a ring on. She had, like, in the belt, apparently, is also a necklace for me. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around. I have to start talking about her. I'm so excited. I have her standing up on her own right now so that I could get behind the camera. I will say that I think you could probably make an American Girl doll stand work for her. I just don't have any. She does stand decently well because she seems to have articulated ankles, so I'm excited to see what that joint's like once we get to that part of the video. Look how detailed and pretty her makeup is, and this is the one flaw that I noticed. You see that tiny, tiny little dot, which I am more than happy to remove myself. I don't really mind. And I just think the makeup style in this doll is really, really pretty. I know that they had more surface area to work with, so it's easier, but I really hope we see more with this style of makeup because she looks so gorgeous. And the hair is gelled, so that's why it looks kind of greasy at the top. We'll work on that. That's going to be its own video, though. Its own beast to tackle. She has earrings in, and of course these are like much more realistic looking because they didn't have to have one of those like big goofy posts for the smaller dolls. So I really like them. They are plastic, molded to be a chain with an RH charm on it, and it's the same on both sides, but it has little painted pearls inside, which I think is a really nice touch. Her outfit has multiple layers, so she has this big black jacket with this really interesting, like, is this called like brocade fabric, I think, when they do all of these details within the stitching, or within like the knit of the fabric. It's super impressive. And there's rainbow stitching on all of the seams as well as the decorative stitches. It looks so good. And then these buttons this time actually work. These are real buttonholes that you can, she lost balance, that you can pop the buttons through, and I can show you that later in the video as well. She has a rainbow high white hoodie on. I need to cut those ties more. I'm going to show you all of the outfit pieces like when they're off the doll so I can really get into the detail. And then the drawstrings, like the ends of the drawstrings actually have little plastic pieces on them as well. And there's little grommets there. She has these big plastic safety pins that are actually removable on the jacket to like go with this shoulder cutout detail. And there's that brocade fabric again. What I was really impressed by, she actually has a ring on. Look how cute that is. I would not cut that rubber band if I were you, though, just from my experience with Monster High. And she has pink painted nails that are kind of like a nude. I don't know if they're supposed to be natural nails or painted in like a light pink, but they look really good. And that's what the hands look like. She also has a little bracelet on, and it's super cute. I love that. And you actually get one in your size as well. The same bracelet. How cute is that? And then her belt on the packaging, it says that you can use it as a necklace for you as well. I guess I'll try that for you guys. And it's actually metal, which is awesome, and it looks so good on her. The finish really works, actually, because they painted these well enough that it doesn't look like, oh, those are plastic and that's metal. It overall is very cohesive, which I appreciate a lot. She has these long, gorgeous socks on. I really love these. Down to her toes, and then here are her shoes. They're big plastic shoes. Mine already are like, they're like dusty. They attract dust, I assume from the factory or something. And then she has these pearls around the soles of the shoe, and then the heels are big gold R and H. They're very nice, and they are actually supporting her quite well. I was a little bit worried, but they seem to be doing a pretty good job. Oh, and the skirt, it's the same. Or it's like a black faux denim type material, but it's got this like really interesting, I don't know what to call it, like it reminds me of like decoupage or something. Oh, and then is that like a real button there? I think that's a real button to close the pants in the front. That's cool. And the little belt loops and stuff, so cool. And the working pockets, of course, she has real working pockets. This is Rainbow High. Love it. And then I'm going to show you the purse off of the doll because I just don't want her falling over from me moving her around too much. And then I'm going to turn her around to the back for a second. The outfit is fully detailed front and back. And this is the spot where you can see the most detail on the brocade fabric. Excuse her hair, I tried to move it all out of the way. And I also just noticed that the buttons on the sleeves are also like closable to make a tighter sleeve. That's awesome. I love that they're actual working buttons. It's really impressive. There is the anchor clasp for the, is it called like a lobster clasp, I think, for the belt. And there's these tags here that are super nice on the jacket and the skirt, I guess to show that she made them herself. And it looks like the belt to tighten the jacket also works, which is really cool. And there's what the back of the pants look like. I did not know about the butt pockets. That's really cool. And then down to the shoes. That's what the back looks like. Alright, so now I am going to show you guys her articulation. I just wanted to show you that this is what the outfit looks like without the big jacket on top. This is the little hoodie. I really like it. It's super cute. Just thought I'd let you know. So many layers of awesome. I'm sorry. She also has this tank top on. I did not notice that. I didn't read the item manifest. I probably should have. And then she also comes with a bracelet on the other hand that's just like, I don't know what it's referencing, but it's super like luxurious looking. And there's the one in our size. I think that might just barely fit my wrist. We will see. But look how cute this little shirt is. I really like this. All right. For real this time, I will be back to show you the articulation. All right, y'all, so this is your warning. If you're offended by doll nudity, go to therapy and then come back to this video, okay? All right. This is what Amaya looks like, where you can see all of her articulation points. She has the same amount of articulation as Jet, with a few exceptions. Like, the head is on a ball joint, but because the head is so large and heavy, they couldn't have as dramatic of a ball joint as the smaller dolls have, so it has a little bit less of a range of motion. She still can get a pretty decent amount of up, down, and then like diagonal, but the up and down is a lot more limited. There's the down, and there's the up is the most limited one, but of course you can get normal side to side. And then she has pretty much what you would expect from the arm joints. Nothing too crazy there. They actually did do a much better job carving this out so you can get to this spot. If you were to carve this out further, you could probably actually hit like a more human level of articulation there. And then there is the chest joint. I'm really happy that she has this, especially because the head is a little bit less mobile, because you can hit more of a upward or a downward look that way, and it tilts a really impressive amount too. Very impressed by that. She has these really cute rainbow gradient underwear on, but mine have a pretty messy like application. There's some like weird gray staining on them. I don't really care because I'm never gonna have her like this, but there you go. And then there's this inner joint to allow for this is actually really cool that they do this. This is a BJD tactic. So BJDs being those really high-end art ball-jointed dolls, which Rainbow High have always reminded me of those, and they do have BJD artists on the team, so it makes sense. There's this extra piece inside so that you can get a larger range of motion without having to carve further into the body and mess with the body mold. So that's how Rainbow High dolls can fully hit the 90-degree at the hip without having to carve out the hip more, because they have this little piece to like help with that. I do think that when you carve the hip out more, you can get much better posing, and I wish that they had done it maybe just a little bit higher to get higher than a 90-degree, but it is still very nice. And then she has rotation here. This joint I'm having trouble with, actually, the knee joint. Be careful, but it can hit a full 90, and that's about where it stops. That's very disappointing. It's the same problem that the Series 1 Rainbow High dolls had, where they didn't, like, carve it out enough. In theory, I should be able to move this bottom leg piece, but I can't get it to move, and I don't want to snap her leg off because that would be really unfortunate, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. But it is there is a hinge there, so I think it is supposed to move. I'll try to do it off camera a little bit more slowly and delicately and see if I can get it, and I will show it to you if I can. So yeah, oh, of course, there is also this joint. It's just like a twist. Sorry. You said, it twists, and it has a little bit of a point, and the flex, it doesn't really have a flex, it mostly just has a point and a twist to it. But that is nice. It's better than not having that. Alright, Amaya. I'm gonna cut the camera, and I will show you the outfits when we return. Get up close and personal with all of the outfit pieces. This is the skirt. I really, really love the fabric used. I'm sorry that I have no idea what to call it. And of course, all of the pockets are fully functional. This is basically, as functional as your clothes. It even has an actually like sewn in pocket in there. With the lining and everything, and then the coin pocket works too. She has these belt loops that are double belt loops, and they are fully functional as well. And the way you actually remove the skirt is via this button. Like, it really does button in and hold it on. And this is a real working zipper to completely close the piece on the doll. That is so amazing. Like, I'm blown away by this skirt, and the interior construction is also super high quality and nice as well. Next up, we have the denim, or like, I don't know what to call it. It just reminds me of a denim jacket, but it's clearly like a brocade jacket of some sort. It's really nice. Really, really nice. And look how clean the construction is inside as well. I assume it's actually easier to sew larger pieces like this. It takes more material, but you just have much more space to work with, and you can actually use like hems and stuff. And there is the collar. I still have a few ties in here that I need to cut. I love the little tag that Amaya has sewn in herself. And these actually do work as well, these little buckles, so you can make it tighter, although it's over a very small area, but you can still make it marginally tighter. Alright, and then there's the buttons. They are plastic buttons, but they get the job done. They look really nice, and they are little rainbow high seals, and this pocket does actually open as well. I just don't want to put too much stress on those seams, the buttonholes. Really nice. Alright, and then these do pop open, just like real safety pins, but they are not actually like metal or pointy at all. That's what they look like, and you can remove them if you don't want them on the jacket, so that is pretty nifty. Alright, moving on. This is the hoodie. It's very reminiscent of all the other Rainbow High hoodies that we've had so far. The hoodie pocket is like a full hoodie pocket that she can meet her hands between. It's got a working drawstring, of course. Rainbow High is amazing like that. And there are the jacket strings. The jacket's super nice. Super, super nice. And this is what the inside looks like. Again, really impressive construction on this. The hood is not small enough to fit, or not large enough to fit over her head, of course, but her head is quite large, so can you imagine if you didn't have the hood on, how large it would be off of her head? It would be really funny. And then the tank top is a very simple piece, but I'm so grateful that they included it. So you get 3 tops with this doll, and then the skirt, so that is really nice of them to do. And that's what the embroidery looks like. It's actually like a really thick, nice embroidery, so it looks identical on the other side. Alright, and then she comes with silver and gold barrettes for her hair. I don't know why silver and gold, because her outfit only has gold on it, but it's nice to give us extra things to use. And then there is the My Size bracelet. I will put it on after this clip, or at least attempt to. There's the other one. This one I think won't fit, because it's circular. And then these are her little extra jewelry pieces. I took them off for the last part of the video. And here are the socks. They are super nice. Like, I don't even have socks this nice. They're such like a smooth, silky material. It's so nice. They're actually taped on the doll, by the way. They're taped up to stay in place. Here is the purse, which it velcros open. It has like stuff, you know when you buy a real purse and it has that stuffing inside to make it look nice on the shelf? I just thought that was funny that it actually has that. And it's made out of a actual pleather material, not the kind that's used on dolls that always flakes. This is a real pleather. So that's pretty impressive. And then it has these little plastic implements to be the hardware on the purse. Embroidered rainbow on the top, nothing on the back. And then this is an actual metal chain on it as well, which is super nice. And the other metal chain piece is this belt, which has the potential to be a necklace as well, so I will be attempting to put it on. It says rainbow. It has several of these little, or does it only have one? I thought it had two, but it looks like it only has one. Sorry about that. It has this little thing. It's supposed to like double, okay, so like she wears it something like that, and that hangs down on a second layer. That's kind of how that works. Very nice, actual metal, really nice piece. I really like it. And then the shoes, look how cute. They cut the camera. They really didn't have to do that in the sole. Look how cute that is. It says rainbow. So fun. And then she actually comes with a regular size rainbow high comb. I was really hoping she would come with a giant one because I thought it would be funny, but it's fine. You don't really need a giant one. And then the ring for me. Aw, Amaya got me a ring. Okay, and then here's the other shoe. All right, I'm gonna put the jewelry on and dress Amaya. I had to show you this. It's actually like sort of a click joint. It has clicks that it holds in, so that's why it was so hard to move. Seriously, be careful when you're doing it, but I did successfully get the double joint to work. It has a really good range of motion, actually, so I am really happy with this. You can make your doll kneel, which is going to be great for display because she's massive. All right. Hi, friends. So I am all decked out in my jewelry. I do fit the wrist, like the bracelets, but they're really hard to close just because of the lack of 3 hands that I possess, but this one I managed to do. And of course my new ring. It does have little like expandy thingies on the back, but I don't like when like rings make my finger have like 2 bulges, so I opted to just put it on my pinky. But that is what the ring looks like on me. Also, I noticed something while I was redressing her that I need to correct from before. She has French tips on her nails. Like, that is so cool. That's so impressive. They had some extra area to work with because she's bigger, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna go all in. And I do have to take back what I said about her articulation earlier, as the clip that I just had before this showed you. Her legs actually are articulated. I will say that for an adult collector, it's okay that they're so hard to move, but for a child, you have to put extreme amount of might in to get it to work. Maybe it'll work. Oh, here's the necklace, by the way. It kind of hangs weird, but that's it. Anyway, you have to put an extreme amount of force in, and it feels like you're breaking the doll, but it'll click, and that's how you know you've gotten it where it needs to go. It's actually more difficult to get it to go back to the straight position as well. There are a few little things about the articulation that I think could have been better. Sorry, she's in like the Bigfoot pose right now. The arms can't fully straighten because they didn't carve out this joint enough, so she has to stay kind of like that forever. I'm probably going to carve that joint myself because that's going to drive me bonkers. I'm actually probably going to carve a lot of these joints just because I would like to have a larger range of motion on her. I really, really hope that they make more of these dolls though. She's really cool. And I think $100, that's a lot of money for a doll. Let me preface, that's a lot of money for a doll. Monster High seemed to be able to do dolls at this size for a lot cheaper, but, or not Monster High, Ever After High. Well, there were some Monster High ones, weren't they? Anyway, they are not as articulated, they aren't as high quality, and they're not like inset eyes and stuff. This feels like a Playline BJD, which is a really cool thing to be able to say. Like, this would be a really good introductory doll into the world of like high dollar types of dolls. You know what I'm talking about? Like art dolls. This is seriously a really impressive doll. It feels like a mass-produced BJD, it truly does. The one downside is that, of course, she's made out of the same plastic as every other doll, so she doesn't have that, like, level of quality to her. But overall, the quality on this doll is ramped up to 100, like, compared to the other Rainbow High dolls. And she's just absolutely beautiful. Just every detail was very well considered and taken into account, and they did a phenomenal job on her. And I am over the moon that this doll actually exists. I'm so grateful. All right, I am going to do one more clip where I compare her to my other 2, like, my size or, like, large dolls, so just so you can get a better feel for how large she is, and I want to kind of just, I just thought it would be fun since I happen to have a couple of them, so yeah. My biggest complaint is that there is no doll stand, so if you want to stand your doll up for display, you're gonna have to find one. And Gulliopy from Monster High's stand doesn't work on a doll that's this size. It holds the leg up decently well, but those stands are so small and flimsy that I don't think it's really gonna work. I also am not gonna be able to use a normal size doll stand. I do that sometimes for my larger dolls. I'll just put it around their leg, but again, those are a little too flimsy. She is extremely heavy. This is a surprisingly heavy piece. I love her so much. Oh, we still need to do the comparison. I will be right back. So here is the my size Amaya, and I have to take a lot of steps back to get her fully into frame, next to her smaller counterpart, and you can kind of see the difference in hair color and color mixture here. I really, really love the my size Amaya. I think she looks fantastic, and I really thought that it was just going to be the same quality as the smaller doll, just in a bigger scale, but they really did create a much higher quality doll. They made all of the details 3 times better, I guess, because she's like 2.5 times the size, but you know, they made everything much better, like much higher quality, much more detailed, which makes this doll really stand out. And I think that's kind of the folly of a lot of other my size type dolls, is that they don't give you a lot of extra detail, which you need to make a doll like this work, which is why American Girl is so cool, because they actually have like extremely high quality detailed pieces. I will say that American Girl clothes won't fit on her, but I am going to try Welly Wisher's clothes because I think those might actually fit, which will be really interesting. But yeah, I think she looks adorable next to her little friend. I really, really desperately hope we get more dolls in this size. She's so cool. And like, I love her! Okay, now I'm gonna go get my other large dolls like this so that I can compare them. Here is a group of dolls that I have assembled to show these sizing differences. So hopefully you're familiar with at least one of these and can work that out. Surprisingly, the Madeline Hatter doll from Monster High is larger, which I did not expect. They look like they can share shoes. I will try that and let you guys know, but other than that, I don't see any outfit sharing potential. I was kind of thinking that this might fit, but no. No. I did find a stand solution. It's a little bit goofy, but I put a Monster High stand, or a bootleg. That's a Fashion Fever Barbie stand bootleg. I bought it on Amazon. I put 2 of them and put them in her knee pits, and then it works. It was working for the Maddie doll because she would not stand up. There was nothing I could do about her standing, so that actually worked. I think the best solution though would be to put magnets in her shoes and do this like my BJD does. This is my only, I don't know if she would be fully considered a BJD because she is produced by a company, but basically a Dolphy Dream doll. Alright, so that is it for this video for real this time, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think of her. Is she a doll that you were interested in, or do you think that this is just like a weird cash grab? I think because of the quality and the level of detail they put in, that she was not intended to be like a cash grab. She actually had passion and love behind her, and I'm really grateful for that because this doll is extremely cool, and I'm really, really happy to add her to my collection. I was so excited for her, so I'm really glad I was able to get her after all. She is quite expensive, but I think saving up for her is going to be well worth your while if you like Rainbow High dolls. Even if she's the only one that comes out, she is extremely fun. I really, really hope that they make more of these, but who knows if they will. Alrighty, so with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching for real this time. Bye! Oh, I want to ask, in case you don't care about this doll, like, what's the largest doll you have in your collection? I guess that's mine. Alright, for real this time, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!